Hello everyone, my name is Katya Delatorie and this is my synopsis for Chapter 11 from the book Communication Making Connections. Chapter 11 talks about informative speaking, and it starts off by defining information as knowledge communicated or received concerning a particular fact or circumstance. And it goes on to say that knowledge can be gained through communication, research, and instruction, as if from like a professor. And as we all know, communication is a part of our everyday lives. It's everywhere we go, and every day we learn something new, and that's information that we take in. But another thing that the book emphasized is that information is power. And just to put this in perspective, and so that we can understand that this is something that goes on in our everyday lives, and the information that we have is very key to the things we can do. For example, let's say two guys like the same girl. One guy gets her roses, but the other guy knows that she likes chocolate. In the end, who do you think that the girl is going to like most? The guy with the roses or the one who got her what she likes, the chocolate? That's just a simplistic example, but you can really see that the person who knows something, who has information, has knowledge, can really have a leg up, power, over the other person. And then the book walks us through how to give an informative speech. It talks about the difference between an informative speech and a persuasive speech, and lets us know that an informative speech is mainly to increase the understanding of a specific topic, while a persuasive speech would be one that you would use to veer someone towards one specific opinion over that topic, which is completely different. To some extent, they both go hand in hand, informative and persuasive speeches, but informative will be more direct, and it's going to lack the opinion of the person giving that speech. And then another important topic that they talked about is the techniques that one can use to keep an audience engaged in the informative speech. Of course, you want to tailor the speech to the audience. If you're talking to a 4-year-old, you would not be talking in the same way as if you're talking to an adult. And if you're talking to your professor in English, you're not going to be talking in the same way or using the same language as if you were talking to your research professor. You use two completely different languages because you're studying different fields. So you have to keep people engaged in that way. Another way is to ask questions. Ask the audience questions. It keeps them awake. It keeps them looking at you and really focused on what you're saying, because they have to answer these questions. Of course, you want to organize things well. You want to put things in order, and you want to know the topic that you're talking about. You don't want to go in there blindly, or even say something that may not be true and that could backfire on you if someone in the audience knows the topic that you're talking about very well. Of course, in addition to knowing your topic well, you want to make sure you define terms of the topic correctly, and you use concrete words to describe the topic, while also, once again, choosing language that's appropriate for the topic that you're presenting. And lastly, one thing that you definitely want to make sure to do is personalize the information. We've all had those instances where we've had to listen to someone and we don't really want to be there, but then something that they say sparks your thought process in your brain, and you say, oh, that's really interesting. And you actually pay attention to the person because you relate it to them. And in the same way, we want to do that to our audience to make sure that they are engaged and interested in what we talk about. Of course, you can never reach everyone, but that's just something that you have to learn to deal with and try to get better at. Thank you for watching, and please comment below.